Act 1. White graphics against a black screen. Everything is coming up roses. Act 1, Scene 1. Outside standing near an altar evening. Voiceover below will be played during this picture. The camera is focusing on Sienna in the wedding dress being left at the altar. There is an officiant and her guests. Pachelbel canon music is playing, but there is no Antonio Mancini walking down the aisle. There is an ordained minister there, Sienna Crawford, addicted to wedding dresses and anything related to finding her forever man. Makes her living hosting at a restaurant, selling her art and prints. She also works at a bridal company during the day, part Italian and Irish. Early 30s, naive, hopeless romantic at heart, long blonde hair, fit, funny, free-spirited, Caucasian, and unlucky in love. Sienna voiceover. About 2 months prior to my holy matrimony, everything was coming up roses. But that day I was left at the altar was day the wedding bouquet withered. The seeds were planted 2 months prior at my sister Catherine's wedding. Flashback to Catherine's wedding. Cut to Catherine's wedding Act 1, Scene 2, banquet hall table. Wedding reception, Catherine Crawford, 30s. Sienna's sister, who is always trying to be Sienna's matchmaker and dating coach. She is married to Carmine. He is inlending and does business with the mafia. She is bossy, opinionated, and meddles into Sienna's life, and is condescending and jealous of Sienna. Screen graphics. 2 months prior to Sienna's wedding. Catherine Sienna, did you see Luke O'Brien? Sienna, I caught a glimpse of him at the dessert bar. Catherine, now you are talking. That would be a great conversation piece. Sienna, dessert? Catherine, yes, the dating Bible says desserts or sweet bars are the perfect place to break the ice. Sienna, if I'm correct, isn't dessert supposed to come past warm starters? Last time I was doing dessert, I got dumped. Catherine Sienna, for the 15th millionth time, read the chapter again on desserts, and maybe your ass wouldn't have been dumped. If I didn't obey these guidelines, I wouldn't be here married to Carmine. Sienna, I'm doing the best I can. Catherine, you messed up with Vincent Cantu because you became an easy booty call. Sienna, give me a break. I mean, he is hot, and what's a girl going to do? I have needs too. I never claimed to be Virgin Mary. Catherine, Sienna, time and place as the dating Bible notes. Sienna, I promise I will squeeze the dating Bible sessions in between my night job at Giovanni's and my day job at Modern Day Bridal. Catherine, so while you are hosting at Brooklyn's finest Italian restaurant, you better be putting those dating Bible skills to work. Sienna, you may want to look into getting a dog leash for Carmine. Camera cuts to Carmine and shows him flirting with the 2 ladies. Catherine, it's important that Carmine networks for business. Sienna, at his own wedding. Catherine, enough. You are just avoiding the fact you are still single in your 30s, and you may end up an old maid if you don't listen. Sienna voice over those words, still single in your 30s, an old maid, felt like a ton of bricks just hit me. Camera begins to shift focus on the room, and Sophia Crawford coming over to join her daughters. Sophia, Catherine, and Sienna's mother come to join in the conversation, interrupting. Sophia Crawford, traditional Italian mother, late 50s, dark hair to the shoulder. She is somewhat neurotic about stuff. She tries to be the voice of reason and bonds with her daughters in all areas. She has a nice demeanor and is Italian in mannerisms. Italian accent would be nice. Sophia, oh, Catherine, are you at it again? For God's sakes, leave Sienna alone with your dating Bible shit. Catherine, you know I'm right. Sophia, All she needs to do is scout Little Italy in Brooklyn, and she will have a husband in no time. Catherine, if she spent less time painting and watching steamy soap operas of men that are out of her league, then maybe she would land one of the neighborhood guys. Sofia Giovanni is interested in a few her paintings for the gallery, and the soap opera stuff is more important than your dating Bible. Catherine Nee. How so? Sophia. The dynamics of romance are rooted in a great soap opera. How to be a good charmer, kisser, and of course, lover. I actually borrowed some tips for the honeymoon night with your father. Catherine, I don't need hear about your sex life, mother. Sienna, get over to Luke O'Brien. His Rolex is ticking away. Sophia, Luke is Irish. He's not Italian. I want 2 for 2. Catherine, he is newest vice president at McDonald Investments. He is in the same line of work as Carmine. Sienna. I don't even know if he remembers me. Sophia Crawford, no one can forget my Sienna. Cut to bar area, Act 1, Scene 3. It's a busy bar scene, and Sienna just bumps into Luke O'Brien. Luke, 0 Brian Irish good looks, light brown hair, New York accent, investor and hedge fund guy. He is confident and a bit of a player. He knows Sienna from grade school. Sienna, excuse me, Mr. Wall Street, what do I owe this honor? Luke O'Brien, wow, what do I owe this honor? You look amazing. How's life treating you? Sienna, everything is coming up roses. And what about you? Lukey O'Brien, just making moves on Wall Street and unlucky in love. Sienna, when did the most popular guy in high school and college quarterback become unlucky in love? Luke O'Brien, my last girlfriend broke up with me because I'm married to my work, and apparently I don't have the traits of a modern-day Casanova. Sienna, you may need to read the dating Bible. Luca O'Brien, what the hell is the dating Bible? Sienna, just ask the bride, Catherine. She followed it word for word, and she landed Carmine. Luke O'Brien, Jesus, if that's the case, then I need to get the Bible of how to pick up Italian artist named Sienna. How does dinner at that new Greek restaurant Alexandros Grill sound this Wednesday at 7:20 p.m.? Sienna, it sounds amazing. She hands him a business card. My number is on the card, and you can check out my website with all of my art pieces. Announcement, all single bridesmaid and single girls come to dance floor and get ready for the tossing of the wedding bouquet. Sienna is heading off in the direction of the bridesmaid area. Cut to the bridesmaid bouquet. Act I, Scene 4, Catherine. I want to thank everyone for coming tonight. A big special thank you to my parents for making this special day happen. One last thing before we dance the night away. I'm going to be tossing my bouquet. If you guys know me, then you know who I want to catch this. Looks at Sienna. 1, 2, 3. She tosses the wedding bouquet from behind, and Sienna catches it. During this, the edits on the camera are going to be slower when she catches the bouquet, and some editing of sounds shift tone and highlight the bouquet magically changed her luck. Voiceover on after. The girls head back to the seating, and the camera turns back to Catherine after the voice over. Sienna, voice over. The moment I caught the wedding bouquet, something magical happened. Over the next month, my love life was moving at the speed of lightning. Patrick Crawford, Sienna's father. Late 50s Irish roots, blue-collar fellow, police captain of the NYC precinct. He is protective and doesn't support her art career and wants her to quit her job at Giovanni's because it's mob-related. He prefers if she gets a better-paying office job or goes back to school. He is funny and serious. His personality is dry compared to his wife. He lets his wife call the shots, but he knows who is really in charge. There is loud talking, and then the crowd looks to Catherine and her parents for the speech. They are gathered in front of the room. Catherine, Sienna, you're next. So get to studying my dating Bible. Looks to Sienna from across, before we get moving and grooving. My father Patrick and mother Sophia. Just want to say a few words? Gives the microphone to Patrick. Patrick, I just wanted to thank everyone for coming tonight, especially all my officers who work hard day in and day out to protect the city. In honor of Catherine's Irish side, I would like to do an old Irish toast to Catherine and Carmine. He looks over to them and they raise their glasses. May you always walk in sunshine. May you never want more. May Irish angels rest their wings right beside the door. Cheers to Carmine and Sophia. Everyone cheers. Raise their glasses and drink. Patrick, I'm going to hand over the mic to the woman who made this night possible. My amazing wife, Sophia. Sophia, I wanted to thank you guys for all coming. Each and every one of you tonight hold a special place in our family. In honor of my Italian heritage, all the desserts are from the Amaro's bakery. Take a shot of limoncello with the tiramisu cake before you say ciao. Festeggiamo! Let's celebrate. Camera begins to focus on everyone starting to dance and get on the floor. The song It's a Celebration comes on. Actor 2 fade in screen graphics. Black screen. She is like a wildflower, unassumingly beautiful, free, and stands out from the rest. Actor 2, Scene 1. Giovanni's restaurant. Screen text 2 days after the wedding. The restaurant is busy, and Sienna is busy at the host stand when customers seem to be taking more notice of her. She is checking in with the owner, Frankie Mancini, to see if he needs her help in other areas of the restaurant besides the host stand. Frankie Mancini, early 60s or late 50s. He owns the Italian restaurant Sienna waits tables at and is Antonio's uncle. He part of the mob, and he loves to be flirty with woman customers, and everyone knows him as the restaurant king of Little Italy. Sarcastic sense of humor. He is married and Lily is his mistress. He is like a father to Sienna. Frankie and Sienna are talking near the host stand. Frankie Mancini. Hey Bella, did you have a good time at the wedding? Sienna. The time of my life. Let me tell you, I had a few limoncello shots, and I got lectured by Catherine about mastering the dating Bible. If I don't, then I doomed to be an old maid. Frankie Mancini nonsense. The only one that may be alone forever is her if she keeps nagging. She must be really good with that mouth of hers, because she sure wasn't with her hands when she worked her. Sienna, you and Catherine? Frankie Mancini. She couldn't handle my package. Sienna. Excuse me, did you just say something about a package? Frankie Mancini. Oh yeah, I meant the packages that we are expecting of powder in a few from Salvatore Sabato. Sienna, oh, okay. Frankie Mancini, before she met Carmine, she couldn't get with the program. I never had so many broken dishes and dry cleaning bills of customers at the restaurant. You, on the other hand, are a standout employee. Sienna, anyone I should be on the lookout for tonight, in terms of seating and providing that extra customer service experience. Frankie Mancini. Yes, there is a big group of fellow Italians, including my nephew Antonio from Miami. He is going to be coming in shortly. He is the tall, handsome one with gold chains that will get you blushing at Ciao Bella. Just seat them in the back at the long table. Sienna, should I bring over our house wine? Frankie Mancini. Of course, and flirt up a storm with Angelo Amara, the one who owns the bakery. He just got divorced. If you make him happy, I may put a few of your paintings on display in Giovanni's gallery. Siam! Oh my God, that would be dream. My paintings could finally be seen by some of the best art collectors. It takes a deep breath. Frankie Mancini, relax, it will all work out. Just look at Angelo Amaro as eye candy. Do the batting of the eyes when you say it's from the Restaurant King. Sienna, let me try. It's from the Restaurant King. Doing the batting with the eyes. Frankie Mancini, perfect Bella. Sienna, is this Angelo Amara handsome? Frankie Mancini, he is a real looker. By the way, you are just glowing. The only time a girl glows like that is when they are either pregnant or in love. Sienna neither, and pregnant would be impossible unless it's immaculate conception with a vibrator. Frankie Mancini, Sienna, for God's sakes, throw out the vibrator and get yourself a Frankie Jr. who can satisfy all your needs. Sienna, I am on the lookout. I'm getting paged to the host stand. Sienna is running to the host stand, and to her surprise, it's Luke O'Brien. He is with his boss, James MacDonald. James MacDonald, late 40s, Wall Street tycoon. Somewhat serious but dry sense of humor. He is grooming Luke for running the investment firm. Cut to the hostess area Act 2, Scene 2. Sienna is somewhat caught off guard that Luke is at her restaurant. Luke O'Brien. What a surprise. Sienna, what are you doing here? Luke O'Brien. Business meeting with the boss. I thought you worked for the monster of brides. The Greek woman who goes by. Sienna, Claire Kanelakis. CNA, she owns Modern Day Bride. I sell the advertising for the magazine. Lukey O'Brien. Are you on her team for designing her new wedding dress line? Sienna Claire only lets her VP of Design, Athena Angelopoulos, do that. She would never have someone like me help with the design. James M. McDonald. They called our firm up for funding regarding their couture dress line. Why don't you get us seated and make our night amazing? And I can see what I can do for you if we fund them. Sienna, that would be amazing. What are you guys drinking tonight? I will get the first round on the house. James MacDonald. Jameson on the rocks. I'm James, by the way, his boss. Can we sit over there? Looking across from where Antonio Mancini's party will be. Sienna, sure thing. Come right this way. She takes the menus and seats them directly across the table, reserved for Antonio Mancini and Angelo Amara. Sienna, your server will be right with you. Cut to hostess stand. Sienna voiceover. If one shock wasn't enough for a night, I was about to have a jaw-dropping surprise. Sienna goes back to the host stand and checks out the tables. And just as she looks up, she hears the smooth-talking Italian Antonio Mancini talking to Giovanni, Angelo Amara, and Carmine, Catherine's husband, and Stephen Russo. There is a group of loud-talking Italians, Giovanni Anthony Mancini's business partner, distant cousin, and owns the biggest art gallery in New York City. He eyed former conman and is a head capo that runs with the mafia. He dresses well and is in his late 40s. Antonio Mancini, mid-30s to early 40s. Tall, dark, and handsome. Smooth talking player, sharp, sneaky, and appears to be a big-time jewelry owner and art dealer. He is a bit of sham. Angelo Amara, early 40s, part mobster and businessman. He owns the largest Italian bakery and catering company. Part of the mafia. He is very heavy-set guy and loves to eat, somewhat loud and comical. Carmine Catalano, late 30s, attractive, Catherine's husband, and works with the mob for funding. He is somewhat conceited, but doesn't have the best common sense and is bossed around by Giovanni. He idolizes him and will do whatever it takes to get in good graces with them. He is flirty with other girls, Stephen Russo, mid-30s, polished business guy, and more calculating of the bunch. Part of the mafia. He has a light sense of humor, and he is observant of everything. He doesn't trust anyone, and he owns the largest tomato sauce company. Act 2, Scene 3, Antonio Mancini. Wow, did you come from heaven? Siena. Not exactly. I was born 10 blocks away. Antonio Mancini. You are Italian royalty, a woman of your class, beauty, and grace, and those hands should be sailing the Amalfi Coast with a man like myself. Carmine Antonio, not with this one. She is my sister-in-law. Giovanni Franchi has spoken highly of her. For once mind your business, and let me show her a true king. Antonio Mancini. I have a present for you, Bella. Do you like jewelry? Looks at Siena. Siena. Of course, what gal doesn't? I'm Siena, by the way. Frankie is walking over Antonio Mancini. I'm making you my La Donna, which means queen in Italian. After we get a round of drinks, circle back, and I will give you a new design from my eternal love collection. Frankie interrupts Frankie Mancini. I see you met Siena. Antonio Mancini, you didn't tell me how beautiful Siena is. She is a piece of art. Giovanni, she is also quite the artist. We may use some of her paintings for future exhibits for emerging artists. Frankie Mancini, before she blows up as a famous artist, I still need her help at the restaurant. She is of great value to us. Camera showing Siena, blushing Angelo Amara. She would be of great value to our healthy cupcake line as well. A woman with your body would be the perfect model for my dessert line and bakery. Antonio Mancini. She is my girl. Her tatters and booty don't need to out there. Angelo Amara. Come on, Antonio. It's not going to be a Playboy shoot. It's going to be a tasteful bikini or lingerie shot with our cupcakes. If they took one look at me with the skinny cupcakes, our company would go out of business. Siena, you want me as a model? The camera is on Siena's disbelief expression. Carmine, her sister Catherine, has more experience modeling. Antonio Mancini. He only needs one model. Siena has a great look. Angelo Amara. Too much false advertising can make our bakery get investigated. One Italian woman is more than enough. Stephen Russo. All right, gentlemen, enough of Siena. Let's get down to business and get some chicken parm with my company's red sauce. Frankie Mancini, your table is ready. Come right this way. Frankie Mancini seats the table right across from Luke O'Brien and James MacDonald. Cut 2. Luke's table. Act 2, Scene 4, James MacDonald. Look who is in the house. It's the Mancini clan. Luke O'Brien. Aren't they part of the New York City Mafia? James MacDonald. Shh, keep it down. We don't need to get killed tonight. Luke O'Brien MacDonald. Come on, don't believe everything you hear. James MacDonald. A close contact of mine, an artist from Giovanni's gallery, was eavesdropping in the back office and heard about their deadly garbage runs. Luke O'Brien. Don't listen to gossip. Speaking of business, Giovanni's commercial building, the one with the gallery, is up for sale due to his late mortgage payments, and Tom Murphy from the Accenture Group is looking to acquire the building. Is that something we should speed towards? James MacDonald. Speed with caution. Tom Murphy won't back down, so we can sweeten the deal to satisfy both parties. Lucky O'Brien, you know that may be tough when dealing with hot-headed Italians. What about Modern Bridal and Claire Canalakis' dress line? Siena works there as an advertising rep, but her talent is in art and design. James MacDonald. Speaking of your high school sweetheart, it looks like Mr. Italian Stallion has taken the lead. Camera shows Siena and Antonio flirting. Lucky O'Brien. Scratch that thought. Waitress Lily comes to take the order for the table. Lily. Asian American and is Frank's mistress. She is early 30s and is fun and loves to joke. She dresses in short kimono and wears her hair like a geisha. She has an Asian accent. Lily, I see that Frank started you guys off, right? I'm Lily, your waitress tonight. She bows. We have a great special on oysters tonight, and the Asian salmon is my favorite. Luca O'Brien. Do we look like we would order oysters? Lily. A lot of our businessmen love oysters, and our Asian dumplings too. James MacDonald. This is a business meeting. My dear, not a rendezvous. Oysters are for couples, and he is only my associate. Lily. Pardon me. I did not mean to offend you. She does a bow again. Asian culture. Lei Lambuon. Sorry in Vietnamese. Lucky O'Brien. I thought this is an Italian restaurant. What's with the Asian entrees and kimono? Lily, Asian and Italian are the best flavor pairing. It makes it Michelin restaurant by offering unique flavor pairings. Lucky O'Brien. The best of both worlds, Asian and Italian. By the way, I like your kimono. Lily. Thank you. Sienna designed it. What can I get you guys to eat? James MacDonald. Just some of Giovanni's spaghetti and meatballs, and another round of Jameson on the rocks. Luke O'Brien. I will not be ordering tonight. Lily. Okay, if you change your mind, just shout at me. James MacDonald. He won't shout at you. We are not at a sporting event. Lily. Well, then you never dined in a real, authentic Italian place. This isn't a Japanese-style restaurant. Luca O'Brien. I just thought it was a minute ago because of your kimono. And the Asian dumplings and Asian salmon. Lily. Excuse me, I'm going to put in the order. She bows. Luke O'Brien. I have to cut the meeting short on a serious note. Because my dog McGinnis is having some male issues. He's not doing well from the neutering. James MacDonald. It's still going on. Luke. O'Brien. Yeah, he hasn't felt right since the operation. I need to keep a close eye on him. It's my manly duties. James MacDonald. I thought your manly duties are drinking beer, playing the stock market and getting laid, not nursing dogs who had their manly hoods sniped. Luke O'Brien. It's 2022. Manly duties have changed. He starts to get up. James MacDonald. They sure have. James heads out of the restaurant. Cut to the table with the Italians. Act 2, Scene 5. Camera shows Sienna presenting the table with Frankie Mancini with wine. She begins to pour the wine for Anthony. Antonio Mancini. Wow, I can't get enough of you. Is your birthplace heaven? Sienna, I have some bad news. It's Mother Earth, Antonio Mancini. But women like you are made in heaven. Sienna. If that was the case, then why am I always a bridesmaid? Not a bride, Giovanni. You haven't met the right Italian prince. Antonio Mancini. It's her lucky day. She met me. Carmine. Go easy, that's my sister-in-law. And if there is any heavy flirting, I have to report it back to the queen boss. Sienna Carmine, keep this between us. I'm sure Catherine wouldn't want to know about your addiction to strip clubs and illegal gambling. Carmine, my lips are sealed. Can you let the waitress know I want the Asian dumplings? Angelo Amara, what about the mozzarella sticks and calamari? When did an old-style Italian restaurant start to serve Asian food? Antonio Mancini, since he hooked up with Miss Kimono. Camera on Lily for a second, and then goes back to the conversation. Stefan Russo. When did the restaurant king, Frankie, start getting kinky with the kimonos? Giovanni. When wasn't he? Frankie gets kinky with all the international dressers. Stephen Russo. I'm a sucker for flamenco dresses. They get me every time. Angelo Amara. I haven't had rumba since my last Spanish baker. It was a rumba that broke the dishes in the bakery. All this naughty talk is getting me super horny and hungry. Camera is looking at Frank. Give the signal to lay on the flirting with Angelo Siena. Tell me, Angelo, what are you hungry for tonight? Are you craving more dessert over a dinner feast? Angelo Amara. I'm dessert all the way. Your voice is reminding me of the Spanish baker, Lucinda. I mentioned earlier tonight I would love for you to be our lingerie model for our healthy cupcake line. What do you say? Sienna. Are you serious? She is pouring the wine. Angelo Amara. I'm as serious as what I'm about to order tonight. Siena. Wow, I would love to be. Finally, my Instagram followers can see a different side of me besides the art. Angelo Amara. They are going to many sides of you. Looking at her butt. CNA. A man of your status deserves some special treatment. Is there a food or drink you have in mind? Gets close and flirty. Angelo Amara. Limoncello. Shots for everyone, and bring one to the Irish guy sitting by himself. Looks to James. I want to toast to new partnerships. Lily comes to interrupt, while Sienna talks to Lily about the limoncello shots. Sienna. Tell the bartender we need 6 limoncello shots. Lily. Who is the 6th for? Sienna James. Luke's boss. Where is Luke? What happened? Looking over to him. Lily. He seemed upset after I recommended him and James order the oysters, and I did a sacred bow to pay an apology forward. Sienna oysters are for romantic couples, Lily. By no means are those two together. Lily Frankie had recommended that I do it. Because it's his frenemy. Sienna elaborate. Frank comes right in between. Frankie Mancini. Keep up the good work. I'm serious about